So I think we're going to go back to the Spencertown Academy now and listen to the second half of Pete Seeger's concert. Here's Pete Seeger.
A song written by my younger sister Peggy years ago. When I was a little girl, I wished I was a boy. I tagged along behind the gang and wore my corduroy. Everybody said I only did it to annoy, but I was gonna be an engineer. Mama said, but can't you be a lady? Your duty is to make me the mother of a pearl. Wait until you're older, dear, and maybe you'll be glad that you're a girl. When I went to school, I learned to write and how to read, history, geography, and home economy. And typing is a skill that every girl is sure to need to while away the extra time until the time to breed. And then they had the nerve to ask, what would I like to be? I said, I'm gonna be an engineer. Oh no, you only need to learn to be a lady. The duty isn't yours for to try to run the world. An engineer could never have a baby. Remember, dear, that you're a girl. I started as a typist, but I studied on the sly, working out the day and night so I could qualify. Every time the boss come in, he pinched me on the thigh, said I never had an engineer. You owe it to the job to be a lady. The duty of the staff is to give the boss a whirl. The wages that you make are crummy, maybe, but it's all you get 'cause you're a girl. Then Jimmy come along and we set up a conjugation. We were busy every night with love and recreation. I spent my days at work so he could get an education, and now he's an engineer. He said, I know you'll always be a lady. The duty of my darling is to love me all her life. Could an engineer look after or obey me? Remember, dear, that you're my wife. Well, as soon as Jimmy got a job, I studied hard again. Then busy at my turret lathe a year or two or then. The morning that the twins were born, Jimmy says to them, kids, your mother was an engineer. You owe it to the kids to be a lady, dainty as a dish rag, faithful as a chow. Stay at home, you got to mind the baby. Remember, you're a mother now. Every time I turn around, there's something else to do. Cook a meal or mend a sock or sweep a floor or two. Listening to Jimmy Young, it makes me want to spew. I was gonna be an engineer. I only wish that I could be a lady. I'd do the lovely things a lady's supposed to do. I wouldn't even mind if only they would pay me. Then I could be a person too. Well, then the times got harder and my Jimmy got the sack. I went down to Vickers, they were glad to have me back. I'm a third-class citizen, my wages tell me that, but I'm a first-class engineer. I've been a sucker ever since I was a baby, as a daughter, as a mother, as a lover, as a dear. But I'll fight him as a woman, not a lady. I'll fight him as an engineer. Solidarity forever. I'll fight him as an engineer. Request for one of my longtime favorite songs. I learned it off a record from South Africa 36 years ago. And I didn't know what the words meant. I just liked it for the sound. A few years later, I met a man from the recording company who was in New York. And he's a rather blasé Englishman. And he said, oh, the words simply mean the lion is sleeping, the lion, the lion, the lion. I said, do the Africans ever try and put political words in their songs? He said, oh, they try it all the time, but we weed it out. About 2 or 3 years later, I was reading a book by a Swedish missionary deploring the nationalistic churches which had broken away, or the churches had broken away from the missions and become independent. He said the dangerous nationalistic tendencies can be seen that the leading Zulu church is called the Zulu Chaka Church. Chaka was the last king before the Europeans took over, and the legend said that Chaka had not really died. Chaka the lion, they called him. The lion was only sleeping and would someday wake up. Of course, for 150 years, this has been a song of hope. Now, those who know it, you sing out, and those who don't know it, you'll catch on. Down that part of the world, they love to sing in harmony. They sang in harmony long before Europeans came. Whole villages would sing together. So all the basses and altos, you ready to help me out? Hey up, boy, oh, Wimbowe. Try that. Hey up, boy, I hardly hear it. Hey up, boy, at the high part. Both parts over and after I learned that song, I met a woman from South Africa. She and her husband were in exile. He was a professor down there. And she said, you should learn some of our older songs because they're in danger of dying out in our own country as the people are forced to leave their villages for work in the cities and the old traditions are changing. And she gave me a whole book entitled African Folk Songs. They'd been put together by the students at the school where her husband had worked. And I found that song after song was not only in rich harmony, but many of them were like rounds in that the same little phrase would repeat over and over. This is one. It's funny. I met an African once who I said, what do the words actually mean? And he said, you know, I've known that song all my life, but I don't know what the words mean. He says, I know we sing it at the ceremony when the young men are initiated into manhood. They're circumcised, they cover their bodies with clay, then they go down to the river and wash the clay off, and the whole village is singing this song. So it's kind of an African bar mitzvah song. Here's how it goes. There's a bass part, goes, highway, highway, somagwaza. Highway, highway, somagwaza. Want to try it? Highway, highway, somagwaza. Try it again. Highway, highway, somagwaza. Now, we need some high voices. Tell you what, everybody over here is going to be a soprano. This is what you sing. Somaguaza your way, your way. Somaguaza your way, your way. Try it. Somaguaza your way, your way. I don't hear you. Somaguaza your way, your way. Aha, this is going to sound very good. Now we're going to bring the basses. Everybody over here is a bass. And then we're going to bring in the high voices. And don't lose your place, because I'm singing something different again. Now, highway, highway, so maguaza. Highway, highway, so maguaza. Highway, highway, so maguaza. Your way, highway, highway, so maguaza. Your way, highway, highway, so maguaza. Your way, highway. Now, needless to say, someone says, what are you all trying to sing an African song? You can't sing it right, and they're right. Somebody down there heard a record of some of us singing it. He said, oh, these are missionary people. They're singing a Sotho song with a Pondo ending. But you know, this is what's happening to the whole world. After all, if people around the world can play Johann Sebastian Bach, why can't people around the world sing an African song? It's good music. Forget about request for a moment. You know this language that we speak is part German, part Latin, and part Greek, with some Celtic and Arabic all in the heap, well amended by the folks in the street. Choctaw gave us the word okay, vamoose is a word from Mexico way, and all of this is a hint I suspect of what comes next. I think that this whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world, soon, mama, my whole world, soon gonna get mixed up. Soon, mama, my whole world, soon gonna get mixed up. Try it. Soon, mama, my whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world, soon, mama, my whole world, soon gonna get mixed up. I like Polish sausage, I like Spanish rice. Pizza pie is also nice. Corn and beans from the Indians here, washed down by some German beer. Marco Polo traveled by camel and pony, brought to Italy the first macaroni. And you and I, as well as we're able, put it all on the table. I think that this whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world, soon, mama, my whole world soon gonna be get mixed. Try it again. Soon, mama, my whole world. Soon, mama, my whole wide world. Soon, mama, my whole world. Soon gonna be get mixed up. There were no red-headed Irishmen before the Vikings landed in Ireland. How many Romans had dark curly hair before they brought slaves from Africa? No race of man is completely pure, nor is anyone's mind, and that's for sure. The winds mix the dust of every land, and so will woman and man. I think that this whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world, soon, mama, my whole world, soon gonna be get mixed up. Oh, this doesn't mean we must all be the same. We'll have different faces and different names. Long live many different kinds of races, and difference of opinion that makes us races. Just remember the rule about rules, brother. What's right with one is wrong with another. And take a tip from La Belle France. Vive la différence. I think that this whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world, soon, mama, my whole world, soon gonna be kept mixed. Once more, soon, mama, my whole world, soon, mama, my whole wide world, soon, mama, my whole world, soon gonna be kept mixed up. Good song, Peter. Made this up one day after sailing and seeing the sun change as the sun went down from sunset gold to sunset orange, and then rose, and then purple to black. Sailing down my golden river, sun and water all my own. Yet I was never alone. Sun and water, oh life givers, I'll have them where'er I roam. And I was not far from home. Sunlight glancing on the water, life and death are all my own. Yet I was never alone. Life to raise my sons and daughters, golden sparkles in the foam. And I was not far from home. Sailing down my winding highway, travelers from near and far. Yet I was never alone. Exploring all the little byways, sighting all the distant stars. And I was not far friends from near and far, and I was not far from home. A request for a song written by the late Merle Travis. Come, all you young fellers, so young and so fine, seek not your fortune in the dark, dreary mine. It will form as a habit and seep in your soul till the blood of your body runs black as the coal. For it's dark as a dungeon and damp as the dew, for dangers are double and pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. There is many a young man known in my day who lived just to labor his whole life away, like the fiend with his dope or the drunkard his wine. A man can fall prey to the lure of the mind, for it's dark as a dungeon, damp as dangers are double, dangers are double, and the pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. The morning, the evening, the middle of day, they're the same to the miner who labors away. And the one who's not careful will never survive one fall of the slate, and they're buried alive. For it's dark as a dungeon and dark as the dew, for dangers are double and pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. Well, I hope when I'm buried and the ages shall roll, my body will blacken and turn into coal. Then I'll look from the door of my heavenly home and pity the miner digging my bones. For it's dark as a dungeon and as the dew, for danger a devil and pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. Sing that chorus again, it sounds so good. For it's dark as a dungeon and damp as the dew. For rangers of double and pleasures of you, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the I had a request for a song that Arlo and I sometimes sing together, and I thought I'd ask Dave to come up and help me sing it. Not right, I'm going to sing the first verse, though, and then teach it to them, and then I'm going to bring you in Dave. Kind of funny thing about this song. This is answering a request also. It's kind of a song and a half. Both of them requested. Just when I thought all was lost, you changed my mind. You gave me hope, not just the old soft soap. You showed that we could learn to share in time. You and me and Rockefeller, I'll keep plugging on. Your face will shine through all our tears. And when we sing another little victory song, precious friend, you will be there, singing in harmony. Precious friend, you will be there. Now, you can sing it with me. I'll give you the words as we go along. Just when I thought, try it. Just when I thought all was lost, you changed my mind. You changed my mind. You gave me hope, not just the old soft soap. You gave me hope, not just the old soft soap. You showed that we could learn to share in time. You and me and Rockefeller, you and me and Rockefeller. I keep looking up. Your face will shine. Your face will shine through all our tears, through all our tears. Maybe sing another little victory song. Arlo Guthrie was accompanying me on the piano about 2 weeks ago. He said, did you ever stop to think of it? Your song uses exactly the same chords as I've been working on the rail. I'll show you what I mean. You sing along with Dave. 1, 2, 3, sing.
I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morning. Can't you hear the captain shouting? Dine up, blow your horn. Dine up, blow your horn.
It works, doesn't it? Everybody, just when I thought. Just when I thought all was lost. You changed my mind.
You changed my mind.
You gave me hope, not just the old soft soap.
You gave me hope.
Not just the old soft soap. Not just the You and me and Rockefeller.
You and me and Rockefeller.
I keep plugging on. Your face will shine.
Your face will shine.
I'm going to ask Dave to accompany me. I think one of my favorite songs is that one that Dave mentioned. He first heard me play. It's old West Virginia banjo tune. Clarksville, or Clarkstown, West Virginia, is full of Clarks. I think the first Clark there was a veteran of the War of 1812, and he was owed a lot of back pay. Some PhD student spent a whole year figuring out this. And the state of Virginia says, we don't have the money, Private Clark, but we'll give you something better. Free land, back out in Indian country. Well, he went out there and settled and raised a huge family, and there's thousands of Clarks now around Clarkstown, West Virginia, and this is the song. Key of G, the people's key. Both Dave and I knew a great black singer named Leadbelly, and this was his theme song. Irene, good night.
Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.
Sometimes I live in the country. Sometime I live in town. Sometime I take a great notion to jump into the river and drown. Everybody!
Irene.
Gambling. Stop staying out late at night. Go home to your wife and family. Stay there by the fireside cry. One more time. Irene, Irene, good night.
this song in the West. But when you sing this song out together with Pete Seeger, the song comes out sounding the best.
Let me thank you. And let me thank Dave and Debbie and all the others around here that have kept this series going, because you know, in this world, perseverance is what's needed. All too many Americans think they're going to get everything they want if they just work hard for a short while, but it's doing things year after year after year after year after year that makes the big difference. There was a scientist also downriver, René Dubos. He died a few years ago. He's a Nobel Prize-winning biologist. He says, think globally, but act locally. He says, how can you save the world if you can't save that beautiful mountain or lake near your home? And I think here in the Hudson Valley, we're going to achieve some extraordinary things. We already have in many ways. Of course, you solve one problem and you create a new one. The Clearwater's started cleaning up the river, and now the real estate along the river is just skyrocketing in price. And we've created a problem that may be harder to solve, Hudson Valley gentrification. We're thinking of having a conference. If you read somewhere of there being a conference next year called Hudson Valley Gentrification. Can it be democratically controlled? You might be interested. This is actually a subject all around the USA, because the water laws passed in 1972 are cleaning up a number of rivers and lakes. And the real estate people say, this is an area whose time has come. And I didn't mean to make a long speech, but I really believe that everything in this world, everything in this universe is connected, and we start trying to solve one problem, we're going to have to solve some other problems. Before we're through, we might even have a world of peace and justice and jobs and freedom for all. Thank you.